Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Ruby Roy and welcome back to my Perfectly Imperfect Life. I just wanted to come on here really quick. This is present day editing Ruby. The video you're about to watch is a lot of talking, but I just tried to make it as informative as I could because I know that this section of pregnancy is where I had a lot of questions, like your first doctor's appointment and things like that. So I really wanted to keep a lot of the information in, but in doing that, I am explaining things quite in depth. So I did just want to apologize, but this is part 1 of 2 of my first trimester updates, and part 2 is a lot more going on and everything like that. And you also get to know the gender. I wasn't going to include it, but I was like, as a reward for you guys watching these first trimester updates, I thought I would include my reaction, me and Luke's reaction to finding out the gender of our child as well. So without further ado, hope you enjoy the video. Hello guys. I thought I would come on here and update you. You obviously don't know at the present time when this is being filmed, but you would know by the time you're seeing this that I am pregnant. Boy oh boy, let's give you some updates. I've literally got my diary here and I've been writing stuff down because I feel like a lot of the videos, well, like the most questions I have are like the first part of pregnancy, and I feel like so many people like skip that part because like me, they're not like saying it until later when it's like a safer period for the pregnancy. Let's go back a little bit. On the 19th of November, I found out I was pregnant the day before my work Christmas party, so that was fun to hide. I called the doctors, so I was like, oh, I can see that there's only an appointment for like 2 weeks. Oh. So she's like, I can fit you in next Monday. So I went in on 29th. And when I took my test, it said 2 to 3 weeks pregnant. Oh my God, I'm telling this story so badly. So I then booked my doctor's appointment and I was gonna vlog, but I was feeling quite sick that day. Little did I know that was what was coming. She was like, are you, like, what made you take the test? And I was like, to be honest, it's because my Christmas party was the next day and I knew we'd been trying and I just wanted to make sure before I drank. She's like, she laughed. She had a good laugh about that. But then she's like, okay, have you had any symptoms? And I'm like, look, very sore boobs and like for a lot longer than like my normal cycle. That was definitely a sign to me that maybe I was pregnant. And then the next thing I said, which is absolutely true, because I just had my second vaccine like that week before seeing the doctor, and I was like, I am experiencing other things, but it's hard to tell whether they're vaccine or pregnancy related. And she hopped on her computer, and because I've been tracking everything on an app on my phone, I was able to give her like the, what's it called, gestational date, is that one called? Oh my God, that could be so wrong, but I'll write it if it was wrong, what it was. But I gave her that date and she put it in her computer, and she said that that week, it was saying like 5 weeks and a couple days. So she's like, okay, our next step is you need to have a dating ultrasound, so a dating scan to see how far along you are. And she's like, all right, we can only see the baby and everything from 7 weeks on, so we kind of guesstimate when you're going to be 7 weeks pregnant. So she gave me a referral for a dating scan. She gave me like the blue slip for getting a blood test, a urine sample, and that's it. And she said to me that she's quite surprised that I'm not feeling any sickness at this point. So that was at 5 weeks, so that I wasn't feeling any sickness or throwing up or anything like that. The next morning was my first morning of throwing up. And I was like, God damn it, she jinxed it. I was feeling sick for the 2 days before that, but as I said, like, I did not know whether it was pregnancy related or vaccine related, because I definitely had felt sick with the vaccine the first time round. So that was my first doctor's appointment. So I've done my blood test and urine sample. Today is Tuesday the 7th of December. Next Monday, I go in for my dating ultrasound. Every day since the 30th, which is the first day I was sick, I have been feeling sick in the stomach all day, every day. Most mornings, like I think every morning except maybe 2, I've been like either vomiting or dry reaching or gagging into a toilet in the morning, and usually it's after I first wake up, which is around 5 for work and everything. So it's been about, I'll sit in the bathroom for about half an hour to 45 minutes just to make sure I'm all good. And then usually I just get like another sickness wave around 9, and I sometimes have another gag or something then. It's been really hard, to be honest with you. I never really knew that you were sick all day. Like, I feel like I've got a really bad bug. I get worried going to sleep because I'm like, in the morning it's going to be a big, a big thing. It has been very hard, and it's been a week and a half straight. I feel kind of defeated in a way. I felt like I gave in quite quickly, and I just feel so done. But like, I hate vomiting. I hate feeling sick. I've literally just been going to work, and usually at work I go out to job sites and all that sort of stuff. I have not been doing that. I've literally just been sitting at a desk, coming home, laying on the couch. I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't done anything. Literally feel sick all day, every day. I've got to admit, I've had a couple mornings or like days where I've just like cried. I'm just like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I just want to be able to go on a walk. Like, I miss just going on a walk in the afternoons, but I just don't feel like I can. And I've just like been crying to Luke some mornings, and I'm just like, can you just take a little bit, just a little bit of my sickness? Quite hard. And I know people have it worse. Like, my mum had it so bad, and I'm so grateful for not having it anywhere near as bad as mum. I forgot what it's called, but mum had something and she couldn't keep any food down. Vomited all day, every day. And I'm like, it's been a week and a half and I'm only vomiting in the mornings. You can toughen up, but then I feel like shit. I literally just tried filming this, but lost my camera, got full, so I'm hoping I've got enough time, but I'm gonna talk kind of quick just in case, and a lot quicker than I was at least. I'm firstly just gonna preface, I'm obviously in a different environment. I'm currently at my mum's house and she is looking after me, but I thought I'd update you. I just watched the last video that I had filmed for you guys, which was in like December, like the 7th of December or something, and it is now the 14th of January, so you can imagine there's quite a lot to update you on. I want to be as honest and as real as possible during this whole entire season of life, because I feel like for me, when I watch videos about pregnancy, I still have a lot of questions. So I am going to be talking about vomiting. I am going to be talking about a lot of symptoms and things that I've been feeling, and some of it might be too much information for some of you, and I presume it won't be for a lot of you as well. But I just thought I'd preface that and say that I am going to be talking about a lot of different topics and being absolutely honest, because I know that that's what I would want to see. So I was talking to you just before I went in for my dating scan. So going into my dating scan, which was my first ultrasound ever, well, not ever, sorry, my first one for pregnancy related things, I was expecting to see nothing. Not even like something that could be determined as my baby, you know? Like, I just thought I was gonna see like nothing and they were just dating it. I don't know. But you can see a little blob, like it's not a baby shape or anything, but it's a little blob connected to a circle, which is your yolk sac, which is where it's getting its nutrients from while your placenta is being formed. So I was quite surprised going in there and actually being able to see something, because I really thought I wasn't going to be able to see anything. As I said in my first part of my video, the dating scan is booked for when they estimate you to be 7 weeks. So I actually dated ahead of time, thank God, which is what I was like really wanting, because I obviously am sick, and I just was like, any less time of potentially being sick would just be great. So I actually dated ahead, so I was like 8 weeks and 2 days or something, so it was a whole week ahead. Then my follow-up appointment with my doctor, she basically said that my blood test and my scan was all good, everything looks fine, and we basically made the following steps, and she gave me a referral for a blood test and another referral for my next ultrasound, which is at 12 weeks, which is a optional ultrasound that me and Luke did decide to do, which looks at disabilities and any issues with the baby's growth and development. So this is quite a bit of a wait, because obviously I was only 8 or 9 weeks pregnant at that point, and I needed to wait till 12 weeks. Okay, so at that follow-up doctor's appointment as well, before I went on Christmas holidays, she would have also given me the prescription for Restivit, which is something that helps with morning sickness, because I was already starting to lose weight. So I'd been taking that, and it helped me not vomit in the mornings, but after about a week or so, my body just changed, and I don't know if it was because of the rest of it or not, but I began to feel sick and wanting to vomit at nighttime, which most of the time I didn't vomit, but there were some nights that I just felt so sick and I did. But yeah, so this is during the whole Christmas holidays. So I was so grateful I went on holidays a bit earlier, and the whole entire Christmas holiday. So I had nearly 3 weeks off. It was only meant to be like 2.5 weeks originally, and I had nearly 3 weeks off. And the whole time I was on the couch. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day were probably my sickest days I've ever had. Not in the sense of vomiting, just feeling so physically ill that like I didn't want to move, and it's the days that you're celebrating with people. So basically my whole family came to my house, and I just laid on the couch like this, and they were celebrating Christmas around me. And honestly, it was really hard. Like I really struggled, and I think it was Christmas Eve. I remember just curling up in a ball on our bed. Like Luke was just laying with me, and I was just curled up in a ball, and I remember my eyes just being like half shut. I just felt exhausted, and I was taking like really deep breaths because I was just in so much pain, but like not pain, it's more just like just feeling so ill that you feel like you're in pain. And he was just looking at me, and he just like did not know what to do, and he was just like, I am so sorry. And it's the 14th today, and I am still on the couch every day. I can definitely see that some things have improved. Like for instance, I could not stand the taste of my own mouth, or the taste of my breath, however you want to word that. So after every meal and between every meal, I was eating mints like constantly, because I could not stand the taste of my mouth, and that's changed. Like I haven't had to do that for, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks now, which has been handy. And because I think mints make me feel quite sick as well, so that wasn't helping, but it was helping in a way. So that I can tell things like that have kind of changed, but I honestly just still can't do anything. Like if I sit up for too long, I start to feel really queasy and need to lay back down, and like that's like 10 minutes. It's been a struggle, it really has. And like I haven't literally been able to do anything. Like I'm literally just on the couch. It took a lot longer than I thought, but my body definitely did hit a point where it seemed to be hating the fact that I was doing nothing. And like from laying on the couch all the time, like my lower back was aching, and my legs were sometimes throbbing, obviously, because you're not meant to lay down all the time. So when I feel okay enough, I try to just literally just do a couple laps of the house. Like I literally just walk up the hallway, down the hallway, up the hallway, down the hallway for as long as I can, until I start to feel sick, and then I lay back down again, and that seemed to help a little bit. My sleep has been terrible. I had a good night, probably not last night, the night before, and I was like shocked. But I've been waking up so much, and I don't really know why. Because I'm eating so much earlier at night and feeling sick at night, I'm not eating. Sometimes I wake up at like 3 a.m. and I'm starving. Other than that, like I really don't know. Like sometimes I just wake up at like 2 a.m. and I'm just wide awake and I'm like, what the hell? Like, we need sleep. So my doctor said that I needed to book this disability scan. I forgot what it's called. Between 11 weeks and something days and 12 weeks and something days. And I planned it all out, talked to the radiologist, booked it all in. So I went in, I think, last week to have this scan. And I had a blood test before that. So you need to have the blood test like 3 days before the ultrasound and then have the ultrasound. And it's a very timely, organised ultrasound. So I went in and she's like, anyone tell you that you need to be over 12 weeks for this scan? And I was like, no, it was between this and this. And she's like, no, you've got to be over 12 weeks. So she had to reschedule it. So I'm going in today for this scan, but she was able to look at it. So this is on the 6th of January 2022. She showed me what she could. So it's got 2 arms, it's got 2 legs, it's moving around like crazy. Like, I would totally understand if that's what's making me sick, because this baby is like kicking and punching, because like it's a baby now. You can see a little baby on this scan. It would bounce like off the side of my uterus, just like from one end to the other, just like having a jumping castle party. And it was insane to see. It was so cool to see. And she's like, your baby is moving so much. Because she'd try to show us something and it'd just like flip, and then it would like turn back, and then it would like turn the other way, and then we're just like, oh my god, this baby is crazy. But my battery on my camera is already flashing. But I am going in today to have another ultrasound. So by accident I had an extra ultrasound, obviously, which is the one from last time, because she wanted to still ultrasound, because if I'm measuring further ahead she could have done it, but I was measuring the same. So now I'm going in today and I should be about 12 and a half weeks pregnant. I can't really see much of a bump or anything. At nighttime it feels like I have a bump because I'm so incredibly bloated. But at the moment I don't really have a bump or anything, and I am still just laying on the couch. My battery just ran out on my camera, so now on my phone. So now that I am over 12 weeks pregnant, today they will use this ultrasound and my blood test from the other week, and they will create a report basically with probability fractions of chances of it having a disability. As I did say, this is a optional ultrasound. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a lot of shit for saying that I got it or not. Like, I'm not feeling nervous yet because I feel so sick anyway. This is the one I've been stressed out for the most, and I just hope everything's okay. Now for the fact that why I'm at mum's. So about just after Christmas and before New Year's, mum's like, maybe you should just come to mine for a couple of days and just have a break from the guys and just chill here, because mum's obviously been through this a lot worse than I have, and she could just help a bit more. So I came here for a couple of days, and this is honestly so much easier for me. Like, mum cleans more often than the boys, no offense to them, and she's just a lot more aware of what this feels like, and just takes precautions around the house when she's cooking or when she's cleaning to just not do anything that will set me off and make me feel sick. And it's just honestly been so much easier. So this is where I've been staying 2 weeks anyway. I've got to go back home because mum's partner is coming back from working overseas and they need their space, and so I will be going home then no matter what. Keep getting pimples. Like, I'm not used to getting so many pimples, and I just constantly have pimples on my face. I get really gassy at night, really gassy, and it just seems like it's constant, and I can't fart enough or burp enough to keep up with it. So sometimes I'm drinking soda water, sitting in a very weird position, trying to fart, pimples, trying to fart, trying to burp. It just feels super glamorous, you know, like people, you know, you hear that, like, oh, you look like you're glowing in your pregnancy and blah, blah, blah. I am not that. I am nowhere near that. And I hope at some point soon, everyone says like in the next couple of weeks or in the next month, definitely I should be starting to feel better. But yet to see. But anyway, I think that's my update. I'm about 12 and a half weeks pregnant, and I am super, super, super grateful. I have my moments of being super scared. I have my moments of crying because I just don't want to be sick anymore, and I don't understand why I'm still sick, and I just want to be able to go on a walk outside. Quite emotional some days, and then other days I'm like, I've got this, I can make it through anything, and then the other days I'm like I just don't know what I'm doing, and it's just, yeah, that's and then some days I'm feeling so ill that I forget I'm even pregnant because I'm just trying to survive, to be honest. That's it, and I am gonna let you guys go, but I will talk to you next time.